I'll show you how I learned this glycolysis process. I was finding this difficult to learn, so I made few tricks to learn. So how I have learned is that first twice we say glucose, then comes twice fructose, then comes four times triose, then comes two times phospho, and one time pyruvate. So I have learned like twice glucose, twice fructose, uh, four times triose, two times like twice phospho. Now we will add the suffix to this. First glucose will be glucose because it is the main substrate for us, right? It is the raw material like that. um, and then I've learned how at what point like we have um, ATP is used. So here ATP is used like four times. Yeah, one, two, then three, four, five times. Five times ATP is converted to ATP. And ATP, no. Am I missing out on something? For in first process, ATP is converted to ADP, then ATP is converted to ADP, and then ADP is converted to ATP. Yeah, this is the point, right? This is the point where ADP is converted to ATP. Let's just mark this one so that we won't forget next time in the sixth step. Yeah, yeah. This is the place when we are converting triose phosphate to 2 triose phosphate. Okay. And here as well. Okay. So there are certain things now we have already learned. I have tried this learning a number of times. So yeah, let's see if I could be able to learn this today with you guys. Next up, I learned the suffix as I said. So first suffix glucose, I have learned like this: glucose, then comes glucose 6 phosphate, then comes fructose 6 phosphate, then comes triose phosphate, which then comes 2 into triose bis phosphate, 2 into, like basically mostly it's phosphate. So I shall also recognize where phosphates are there. Bis phosphate. Yeah, there are twice this phosphate are used. First is fructose 1,6 bis phosphate, and then 2 into triose bis phosphate, which is basically nothing other than 1,3 bis phosphoglyceric acid. Okay, now let us see have we learned this or not. So in order, and then I have also learned like last ones, I have learned that phosphoglycerate is converted to phosphophenol pyruvate. That I remember. Phosphoglycerate is converted to phosphophenol pyruvate. One more method I am feeling is that we can number this up, right? So let's number it: 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth step. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and at the 11th step. Okay. Cool. How else we can do it? Glucose 6 phosphate, fructose 6 phosphate, fructose 1 comma 6 bisphosphate. Third step, bisphosphate is present. Triose phosphate, interconversion of triose phosphate, dihydroxy acetone phosphate, 2 into triose bisphosphate. Okay, and 2 into triose phosphate. What I have also noticed that triose phosphate is always like 2 times in number. Just highlight this too. Yeah. I am still revising this up. What do you think I would be able to write this down? Let's just see. I'm kind of scared. But let's just try this out. How well have we learned by this time? I'm just revising this. So glycerate, 2 into 2 phosphoglycerate. The only place where there isn't any 2 written is the place where triose phosphate is converted to dihydroxyacetone phosphate. This is an important point. Okay. Otherwise, it's everywhere it is converted to 2. Huh? Did I made a mistake or what? Let me just check. No. Yeah, I found this. I wrote this twice. That's why my numbering was wrong. See, I got a point where I could have improved. Let's check ourselves. Here, I'm just going to close the book and let's see if we can recall it. I'll just write with a pencil right now. Let us check now. TP on.
पढ़ रही है बेटा?
हम्म
मन लगा पढ़ने में?
हम्म
मन लगेगा बेटा। इतने सारे ना कर्ज उतार दे।
Please be silent.
ओके बेटा।
Let us check now. The first step was okay. Then let's not glucose, then glucose 6 phosphate. Then here also comes glucose 6 phosphate, fructose 6 phosphate, fructose 6 phosphate, fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Then triose phosphate. मुझे ये याद नहीं आ रहा था. डाईहाइड्रोक्सी एसीटोन फॉस्फेट. एसीटोन फॉस्फेट वाज ओके, बट डाईहाइड्रोक्सी
ये चावल हो गया। एक वो दे दो ना क्लिप, ये बाल में लगाने वाला दे दो ना क्लिप। वहाँ बेडरूम में रखा हुआ चावल हो गया चावल।
Then 2 into triose bisphosphate. Okay.
देख लीजिए ना
2
हो गया
into
होगा।
triose bisphosphate. ये पार्ट हमारा गलत हुआ है. मैं सीधे ट्रायोस फॉस्फेट लिखा है यहाँ. 2 into
ढक्कन।
triose
हाँ जो है।
bisphosphate.
ढक्कन इधर